Hello, everyone. Welcome to the podcast series of HCLTech Aerospace and Defense. I am Anshul Sharma, Industry Principal for A&D at HCLTech, and today I have with me Roy T. Davis, also known as RT, who is the Associate Vice President and Global Industry Principal of HCLTech Aerospace and Defense Practice. And today, RT is going to talk about Model Based Enterprise 2.0, which is one of our key offerings to help A&D companies in their digital transformation journey. So, welcome, RT, to this podcast, and great to have you here.
Thanks for having me.
So, RT, the term model based enterprise has been there in the aerospace and defense industry, as well as other manufacturing sectors, since quite some time now, and is often associated with the digital product definitions and data, which serves as the foundation for engineering and manufacturing environment. So, could you tell us how does model based enterprise 2.0 differs from this model based enterprise approach, and how aerospace and defense companies benefit from this approach?
Yeah, absolutely. This is one of my favorite topics. As many A&D companies look to digital transformation to improve their overall bottom line, they'll need to understand how to gain insights and react quickly to changing dynamics with their entire ecosystem. This requires the ability to process enormous amounts of information and have the visibility across all of the value chain and not just for engineering or manufacturing. This is what we call Model-Based Enterprise 2.0, or in short, MBE 2.0, as opposed to MBE, which focuses only on engineering manufacturing. So MBE 2.0 provides new approaches and tool sets that propels the Industry 4.0 and IIoT, or Industrial Internet of Things. It also releases the power of technologies such as automation, machine learning, artificial intelligence, augmented and mixed reality, as well as digital twin onto the industry. In this transformation business model shift, we see the old linear value chain emerge into a circular and integrated value chain. The circular value chain model shows the importance of having a unified digital thread that eliminates data silos and integrates every function of the enterprise.
Mhm. You mentioned about the shift from this linear value chain model to a circular value chain model. I'm assuming you're referring to this, circular integrated value chain with connectivity across different functions, and not just the product-centering processes like engineering or manufacturing. So maybe could you elaborate on, what are these non-product-centric attributes, and how do these fit into is this new architecture of MBE 2.0?
Yes. So digital modeling expanded beyond the technical attributes of the products to now include non-technical attributes of parts flowing through the supply chain and assets operating in the field. For example, cost, location, availability, velocity, throughput. All becoming a model-based enterprise requires that models of related cycles that contribute attributes to products also be maintained and integrated into that new architecture. Some examples are financial performance, or what we call model-based finance, business planning, or model-based material planning and optimization. Supply chain and logistics, a very key component, is what we call model-based supply chain, or your fielded product performance, model-based sustainment. Thus, we're now seeing the digital representation or virtualization of processes happening across the supply chain models, factory models, and the financial models. The key for the future will be the ability to leverage these digital representations across the value chain and responding and planning ahead for events that might occur. MBE 2.0 extends that concept of maintaining the digital representation of the product definition to an enterprise view that uses the digital tools to define and optimize those digital threads for each of the functional areas. Its ability to look across all of the digital threads from engineering to the supply chain to finance and to the factory helps you gain those useful insights.
Great. So some of those, non-technical attributes which you mentioned, RT, like for most of the A&D companies, the system of record for, most of these non-technical or non-product attributes is an ERP system like SAP. So when it comes to digital manufacturing, they have to choose either a standalone manufacturing execution system, MESBOM, or MESBOM application, or MESBOM, developed by let's say a PLM or an ERP provider. So many ND companies struggle with this cost, complexity, and ongoing maintenance of integrations between the ERP and the shop floor. And there has been a lot of emphasis on optimizing the way the planning and execution on the shop floor interacts with engineering. So can this framework of model based enterprise 2.0 help A&D companies to choose tools like mesmom and create processes that also optimize interactions from the shop floor to their ERP systems?
Yes, absolutely. So in addition to the whole framework within MB 2.0, we have along with it what we call our decision-making framework, which helps organizations map their processes and data to facilitate decision-making during their digital transformation process. So to enable that, it's super important. So we map the client's business processes at different levels to a standard set of aerospace and defense processes that are already predefined, and then we look at those based on complexity, velocity, volume, and variety. And then we can benchmark all the available solutions, whether it's PLM, ERP, MESMOM, based on their implementation cost and customization needed for the client, and accordingly recommend the best solution based on a weighted average score on different parameters. So in effect, it's a way to look at a tailored solution for each client based on their particular needs and particular type of processes and business they do. That mapping activity covers a full spectrum of multi-level business processes from design through manufacturing, including finance, supply chain, and sustainment. For example, in Northrop Grumman, we use this framework to plan the implementation of an SAP S/4HANA manufacturing for production engineering and operations to bring a new level of connectivity between S/4HANA and the shop floor. So SAP S/4HANA provides a paradigm shift, eliminating MES as a standalone system.
Great. Well, thank you so much, Arti, for those wonderful insights. And we'll see you all in our next Aerospace and Defense podcast.